I'm going to tell you two stories about people who lost a tremendous amount of money by making simple mistakes that you could be making right now. Peter is somebody who recently called into the Susie Orman Financial Podcast. She thought that his story is something that other people could relate to, or at least should know about, so they made it public and an article was written about it. Peter's 72 years old. His wife is 69. They're getting ready to retire. Now, they didn't have a whole lot of money. Peter had some investments, but they weren't in the stock market. They were in savings accounts and CDs, making almost no return at all, actually less than the rate of inflation. So in essence, they were making no return. But they were counting on their inheritance that his wife received from her father when he passed to kickstart their retirement. It was $1.5 million. Then something unexpected happened. His wife died. It's very sad and tragic. His wife got pneumonia and died at 69. So Peter, again, 72, figured that as the spouse, that inheritance would go to him. He would inherit the $1.5 million. Didn't happen. Didn't get a cent of that money. State laws vary. Every state is different. That money did not go directly to him. It went to their two sons, who were both in their 40s. So each son got $750,000. Peter got nothing. He had nothing to retire on. That was the money he was counting on. So Susie's advice was go to your sons, talk to them. Ask them if they would pay off the $400,000 mortgage balance that you still have on your house, and ask them if they'd be willing to give you $2,000, maybe $3,000 a month as an allowance. Peter said, okay. So he went to his kids, talked to his kids. Wasn't good. The kids said, no, Dad. We're not paying off your house, and we're not going to give you an allowance either. That money is ours. We're keeping it. In fact, one of his sons went to him and said, Dad, you should have done better investing. You should have been more aggressive. You should have been in the stock market. But you weren't. It's not our fault, Dad. So there's Peter. The $1.5 million he was counting on to kickstart his retirement with his wife was no more. What was he to do? Because he didn't know the laws of his state, something that 3 to 5 minutes on Google could have told you, because he wasn't prepared, because he didn't look any of that up, because he and his wife did not discuss the finances, they did not have a living will, they did not discuss how their money would be allocated in case one of them died. Peter lost his ability to retire. Susie Orman's advice: keep working. You can't retire. Rand is probably someone you've never heard of before. He ran a very big advertising company in Africa, South Africa. He sold it for over $100 million. He's a fairly young guy. This was a very big transaction on the African continent, one of the biggest business transactions in South Africa. So he's pretty well known down there, intelligent guy. He had invested money, ran this big company. He wasn't a newcomer to investing money. Today he's involved in cryptocurrency, as is Raoul Pal, who recently interviewed Rand. But then something happened. And, you watched the clip from the interview with Raoul Pal.
And as you know, in 4 days, the whole trade unraveled. And I lost over $100 million. I lost $134 million. It was the toughest. Cannot explain to you what it's like to lose that amount of money. Like, I just can't explain the feeling to you.
$134 million in 4 days. It's a wonder the guy didn't go find a bridge and jump off it. That's a tremendous amount of money. But how did it happen, you ask? Watch the clip.
I had over 50% of my portfolio in Luna and Luna-related projects.
Did you catch that? Over 50% of his entire investment portfolio in one thing. Luna is a cryptocurrency. It was a legit cryptocurrency. A lot of people had their money in it. Cardinal rule of investing: always be diversified. You never ever know what is coming around the corner. You don't know what sectors are going to be hot, which will be not. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. Just because something is doing well today, maybe it's not going to do well tomorrow, next month, 6 months from now, a year from now. You always want to stay diversified no matter what. So these two people lost tremendous amounts of money doing very simple things. The first guy just didn't pay attention to the laws in his state. He was inheriting money and he didn't take any time to understand how that money was going to be allocated in case something happened. The second guy did not diversify. He thought, this is it. I'm going to put half of my money into this one thing. It's going to go to the moon. I'm going to be rich, even though he already was rich. He's going to make a tremendous amount of money because he's going to put everything into this one thing that he believes in so much. Great investors don't make money by investing in specific things. They make money by being disciplined. Always be disciplined in where you put your money, where it's allocated, and always know the rules and the laws around you. If you're inheriting money from somebody, you should probably know the laws of inheritance in your state. That's common sense. Great investors are disciplined investors. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Add a comment below. I'll see you next time.